Right, well, I'm still going to get into the intro stuff anyway, I guess, as we go, so...
Yeah, you do you.
Yep, alright, I'll talk to you in a bit. Alrighty. So let's get the... where are we at? And marker. Let's go. Oh man, this set is quite a thing. There's a lot of cards in here, and there's some pretty special shiny ones down here too, which is intriguing, even if they aren't super good. We went over a few of the cards as I was pulling them during the actual set draft, but we do have a lot of cards to discuss in this set. Over 100, and that's kind of neat. It's been a while since we've had a truly big set here. Neo Destiny is actually a set that makes quite a lot of impact too. These Return of the Dark Pokemon over here, these are actually like really strong. I mentioned in Rocket how the Dark Pokemon tended to trade HP for like added power. And since we've seen an additional like power jump in the game when the Neo sets came out and whatnot, these just kind of take that a step further at this point. They're no for Alligator, they can't do infinite damage works. But there's a lot of really cool stuff to go on here. There's also light Pokemon that came in this set. They tended to have slightly higher HP than average, and they usually ended up doing some sort of effect that benefited both players, or they were just like, you know, defensively oriented, I guess, compared to the offense of the Dark Pokemon. They generally aren't as good, but there's a couple which are interesting. We'll go over them as we go. So let's just go in with the main stuff here. We have Dark Ampharos as a start here. I'm pretty sure that Sai is going to be fielding this one today because we did get trade like set up for him on this one. Dark Ampharos once per turn. So I think so long as there's only one in play. Although that seems to be a mistranslation. It's like a hard once per turn on this thing. If the opponent attaches an energy from their hand to one of their Pokemon, it snipes 10 on that Pokemon. And its attack is really quite strong, so long as you don't spam too many lightnings on it. 2 colorless on that cost makes it so you could only discard 1 energy as the best case here, and 50 damage is good. You can use this with Darkness energy to do 60 or 70 with it too, and it actually just hits super hard, and the power, stopping the opponent from freely attaching energy without taking damage, really good. Dark Crobat is what we're going to be fielding today. This is an evolution of, literally, of the Golbat, which was in the Rocket set. Golbat put 10 damage on something when you evolved into it. This puts 20 damage on one of the opponent's Pokemon, so it adds to the snipe stuff here. Its attack is pretty meaningless, like it can potentially do 10 spread to every Pokemon you flip heads for, and heal the Crobat for as much as you dealt. It's really bad though, it doesn't apply weakness and resistance either, so it's pretty awful. We're not actually going to be using the attack, we're going to be using it for the damage spreading and just being able to chip away and hit like extra numbers and stuff. Really, really good card. Donphan is mostly notable because of the Tusk Toss here. It can potentially be very similar to Darmachamp's Fling, except for 2 energy. You've just got to flip the right coin toss for what you want here. In that case, it would be heads. Not really amazing otherwise, but it does give you an option to like stay in with the Donphan if you want to do 50 with it. So that's kind of cute. Espeon is really good, and I think we're not going to get to see this one today. Hey, Sulfire. There's a couple of people who have pulled like 1 or 2 of these, but I don't think they're going to be playing the decks that will actually use it. Gouge is whatever, it's not really that good of an attack, but it is for 1 energy. Maybe Darkness is reasonable for that. Psy Splash is what we're looking for though. This is a mass Psy Wave on every single one of the opponent's Pokemon. If they're amassing energy on the bench and whatnot onto like a couple of different targets, a couple of their main attackers, this will hit them for pretty respectable damage. Add to the fact it's got 0 retreat, you can Energy Evolution Eevee into this thing. Technically you could hit more damage to the active one if you use Dark on it, but also it is like 80 HP under the Stadium. This card is really good, mostly as a one-of in like an Evolution focused deck, so definitely strong. Dart for Alligator is really good. If you have this in the active, the opponent can't use their baby Pokemon. You still have to flip for the baby rule if they have one active, but this stops them from eking, which is the big thing, right? If you can get this set up so the opponent doesn't get to eke, it is very, very scary. We could field this deck. I do have 3 of it. The actual attack itself is really good too, 50 damage, and you flip to discard an energy from the Pokemon that you are attacking, which is quite strong. But the real thing with this, you pair it with like Noctowl to do Trainer Disruption as well, and the opponent just has a very, very hard time getting going. So it trades off the one-hit KO potential of the other Gatr to just like shut the opponent down. Great control tool. Speaking of great control tools, this is also an integral part of our deck today. Dark Gengar is so scary. Its artwork is super weird, but who cares about that? Whilst it's in play, any Pokemon that gets put to sleep has to flip 2 coins to wake up. You need 2 heads in order to wake up whilst this thing's in play. Its attack is 30 plus auto sleep, but you can actually drag in one of the opponent's Pokemon and do 30 and put that to sleep instead. You do not have to hit active with this. This means that the Gengar can actually KO baby Pokemon without having to flip for the baby rule if they have one benched and not active. It also means that like 75% of the time you're going to stun the opponent, force them to use a Double Gust or something to get out of the way of this. It is terrifying. Doesn't do a lot of damage, that's what the bats are for. Dark Houndoom is an interesting one that unfortunately loses to Gatr, but does a lot of damage for only 2 energy. 1 fire, 1 dark, you do 60, discard the dark, and you know, you've got to try and get it back otherwise. But, like, 60 damage for 2 is insane, right? And you chip away with the bats as well. This is actually pretty solid. Just, yeah, it loses to Gatr, which is unfortunate. Porygon 2 is one I think Pepper might use. I think he does have one of these. You flip a coin once per turn, and if heads, you basically replace the stadium, like a stadium that's in play, or just place one if there isn't one in play. You just replace the stadium that's in play with one that's in your discard. This is really good with Chaos Gym, so that's why we might see it from him, because you can like play a different stadium down, use all of your trainers, and then if you flip heads on this thing, you just get the Chaos Gym from your discard and put it back into play so it stuns the opponent as well. Really scary. Scissor is interesting because it uses both dark and metal energies, because it's a dark metal thing here, right? Metal type but dark in name. But other than that, it's pretty underwhelming. It's got Noctowl's ability as an attack for 2 energy, which is really bad, and then Slash is just mediocre damage, so not too good. Typhlosion is okay. It isn't really as good as the Quilava, in my opinion, but it's sort of like the Dark Charizard of this one, as you would expect. They've got the same base stat total after all. Except you discard energy from anywhere in play, whereas Charizard was just flipping coins for itself, right? The catch is that you do 10 less damage than Charizard would have done, but you can use those energy from anywhere. So if you've been building up the bench, say with, I don't know, like the Entei from the previous set, then you'd be able to do quite a lot of damage potentially. Still not really good enough to see play, but you know, it's there. Tyranitar, we just didn't see enough of these, unfortunately. I think Kib got 1 and that was it. You flip a number of coins equal to the fighting energy that's on it, 20 damage per heads, mill the top card of the opponent's deck per heads as well, which is pretty scary. And then Fling Away is 30 plus 30 to one of the opponent's bench, basically, but for 4 energy, that's pretty scary. You know, like, just too expensive, really. Light Arcanine is weird. If it's active, you can force the opponent to switch one of their Pokemon out, but they get to choose, so it's kind of eh. Gentle Flames does either 10, 30, or 50 damage based on the amount of what stage of evolution the opponent is. It is terrible against babies because you flip to do 10, but against evolution cards, 30 for free is fine. Good HP as well, just, yeah, not really necessary anyway, you know? Light Azumarill would have been very cool if we had double colorless energy still, because it would be like water double colorless, take those 2 energy if you flip heads, attach them to one of your bench Pokemon, and then bounce this card back to the hand, which is pretty cool. So you get out of your high damage situations and whatnot, where Azumarill's about to get KO'd. Doesn't really do enough damage though, so it's kind of whatever. Light Dragonite is really cool. This makes it so that Special Energy can't do anything apart from just provide a colorless energy. So this shuts down all of your Dark Energies, your Metal Energies, etc. Light Wave is also pretty good too. 40 damage, and it gives the Suicune protection from the previous set. So you can only damage the Dragonite. You can't poison it, can't do anything like that. Pretty fun. Togetic is terrible, we ain't going to go over it, it just benefits the opponent. Miracle Energy works with the Light and Shining Pokemon, the Shining being the secret rares, like the Gyarados I pulled 4 of last time. It gets discarded at the end of the turn, which is the problem. You can only play one of it, which is the other problem. It's a double Rainbow Energy if you can actually make use of it though. So it's kind of neat, not really too good otherwise. Dark Aridos, I don't think we ever even tested this in the end. It's got some ways of swapping the opponent out and potentially stopping them from retreating as well. Not really good enough. Makago, slightly sad I couldn't get a trade for this to be honest, because it would have been nice. 2 fire, 20 damage, discard one of those and do 20 to a Benchmon as well. Pretty good considering that it also does 10 to the opponent if they bench a basic or a baby. So that's kind of neat. You're not that late, pal. We haven't started the games yet. We're just going over the set. Omastar is terrible. It's a fossil. It doesn't do shit. Slowking is not super good. Like Mind Shock is only an average attack. We already have cards from Rocket that do this. And its ability just lets you potentially see what the opponent's going to draw. Not really good enough. Ursaring can do 20 damage to any Pokemon that's in play if you flip heads on it, which is, again, really not super good. Light Dragonair is a rare, which sucks, but, you know, it is what it is. You need it for the Dragonite, nothing more. Light Lantern is kind of interesting, just because Spark is pretty decent. 30 and a guaranteed 10 to one of the opponent's Pokemon. Not really good enough, mind you. Light Ledion is kind of cool because you'd be able to swap it for one of your bench. That Pokemon then can't get statused, which is interesting. Light Machamp is kind of cool. If you evolve into this whilst it's on the bench, you tag into the active and heal 30 from what you're switching out, which is kind of neat. It also one-shots like every single Pokemon that is a Dark or has Dark in its name if they don't have Rocket's Hideout in play. So this card is really cool, it's just nobody really pulled the right stuff for it. Piloswine I think is kind of neat. If it's active and it gets damaged by an attack, then you flip for sleep, which is fine. It's mostly that it's big HP, it's got a fully colorless attack, and it can discard stadiums, which is kind of neat. And it's a pile of pigs, so like, why would you not love it? I think it's really quite good for like the grass decks that would be weak to fire, right? Because you can cover that matchup with all colorless attacking. It's kind of fun. There's a bunch of unknown. They require 4 very specific unknowns to be on the bench to even flip a coin to do anything. They're all terrible. Chansey is only notable because Blissey was in the previous set. Now we can play it. Then we get into like Croconaw for the evolving into the good Gatr. It's kind of nice. It is a combination of Sand Tomb plus Smokescreen. The opponent can't retreat and they have to flip to attack as well. So that's kind of neat. Executor has a typo in its name. You will never unsee that anymore. But also, if you're up against a deck that attaches a lot of energy to their Pokemon in general, this thing could potentially do a ton of damage for low energy requirement on your own end. So that's kind of fun. Flaffy, evolving into the really good Ampharos here, has a couple of good disruption moves. High Voltage can potentially stop trainers. Stun Wave can stop Pokemon powers if it doesn't KO the active. Pretty good against a lone Gatr actually, because they can't downpour at that point. Forretress is very funny with Goldberry plus Rocket's Hideout, because you can actually protect it from killing itself and then heal 40 off of it again as well, so that's amusing if nothing else. Also one-shots Gatr, which is fun. Haunter is the other cornerstone of the deck we're playing today. Callback attack is really good. You put a baby from the opponent's discard pile onto their bench, put 10 damage on it. And then next turn you snipe it with Crobat and kill them and take a prize. It's great. Pupitar is interesting because it could potentially evolve into the Tyranitar with its attack, which is kind of fun, but it's on a coin toss, so whatever. Dark Crobat I tried to make work, it's just not as good as the Slugma. not the Makago even, from last set with what I pulled, but this would be an interesting budget deck for this round at least. Rushing Magma mills the top 5 of your deck and does 20 damage to every fire that you discard that way. If you could build your deck right, this is actually pretty strong, but I just couldn't quite make it work. Heracross is quite fun because it's a compromise on the one from Neo Genesis. It doesn't have the 20 or less light HP remaining, do 120 with its attack, but its attack also doesn't do 0 if you flip tails, and it still does the same 60 if you flip heads. So, kind of fun. I don't think it's too bad. Other than that, what do we got? Like, Flareon is sort of okay. You can accelerate fire energy to the bench. Maybe do 70 for 2 discards if you flip 2 heads with this thing. It's kind of fine. Light Golduck is better in Constructed than it is in our format, but Core Blast is still pretty good. 30 plus 20 for every special energy the opponent has on them, so that's somewhat neat. Light Jolteon is very fun, but I don't trust I gotta flip enough heads to make this work. Pulse Guard is Mr. Mime's ability on an attack, and Thunder Needle, if you flip 2 out of 3 heads, you get 40 plus paralysis. 60 if you flip all 3, right? But it's kind of fine. Like, a little bit underpowered, but whatever. Light Ninetales is quite good. Get a baby or a basic from your discard back onto your bench. Fire Blast is also respectable enough damage output for a 90 HP Pokemon here, so that's kind of fun. Vaporeon is very cute. You might be able to like max potion one of your bench Pokemon with this. Otherwise, nothing too special. And then otherwise, what do we got? I think Unknown P is funny, if nothing else. If you focus banned this and took a massive hit last turn, you could retaliate with a massive amount of damage. Unknown Q gives you an agility flip every turn for all of your unknowns. That's kind of fun. And then otherwise, we've got a couple of commons that are like budget decks here. Mantine might actually see play at some point. Giant Wave means that you can do 40 for 2 like very quickly on a basic. The can't attack next turn thing just goes away if you can switch it, so that's kind of fun. Might see play at some stage. And then we have the Octillery as well. Dark Octillery, I think, is actually somewhat neat. If you put the Stadium down, it's got 80 HP. Ink Blast can use Dark Energy as the extra attachments here. So, in reality, if you can go Water Double Dark on this thing, it does 60 for those 3, which is pretty cool. Tentacle Wrap is also kind of an interesting move as well, so I think it's neat. Maybe not the strongest card out there, but it definitely is a good, like, if you did pull anything else option. Then we get to the trainers. Broken Ground Gym is like Rocket's training gym, except only on basic and baby Pokemon, so evolved Pokemon don't have to pay more to retreat, so could see play with Gatr. Experience All is the prototype for Experience Share, as you would imagine, because that's what it was called in English, at least, in earlier gens. It discards itself once it's been used, but if you get KO'd by damage, and this thing is on a bench Pokemon, you take one of the basic energy from the active and put it onto the bench, like the one that's got the Experience All. So, very good for preserving energy in play if you've got like 2 energy attach costs and stuff. Very strong. The Radio Tower is like a pretty benign counter stadium if you really can't stand having Rocket Stadium in play. Both players, during their own turns, you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put them back in the same order, so not super great. Gardevoir Claw over here, this is totally a Digimon card, you will not tell me otherwise, is effectively a poor man's Rocky Helmet. It is flip if you take damage whilst it's active. It does 20 damage like Rocky Helmet does if you get heads, and then it discards itself afterwards, where Rocky Helmet does not. So, bit of a poor man's thing, but still it's there. Energy Stadium is pretty good. Both players, during their turn, can flip a coin. If heads, you get a basic energy from your discard back to hand. It's a mini energy retrieval on a stadium, which can counter good stuff there. It's pretty good. Lucky Stadium, we got the promo of this last time, but now we have more copies of it. If you want, players can flip a coin, and if heads, they draw a card. Magnifier is a non-Pokemon tool for some reason. This is the same as like Box Protection, but we have Pokemon tools now, so why did they do it this way? I don't know. But it does let you, like, null resistance for the turn, so that's actually kind of good in a -30 format like this. Personality Test is a funny Blaine's Quiz, nothing more. Rocket's Evil Deeds is kind of interesting. You shuffle one of the opponent's cards in their hand back into their deck, not trainer cards, any card, but then they get to draw up to 2 cards afterwards. So, yes, you're like -1, they're +1, but you could disrupt the one exact card that they need in their hand, and it doesn't have to be trainers like every other disruption we've seen so far. Kinda cool. Heal Powder is bad because it's flip on heads, it does something. Mail from Bill is Bicycle from Gen 5. You draw until you have 4 cards in hand, so that's kind of neat. And then we get the shiny Pokemon. They all take like multiple different energy types to do reasonable attacks sometimes. Celebi's not one of them, we ain't going over that. Charizard is Unga Bunga big damage as you would expect a Charizard to be. 5 energy, dis of 5 particular color, like 2 different colors. Discard 1 of each color, do 100, and then flip to do 30 to yourself on tails. Like, whatever, dude. This card is bad. Carbatox is pretty bad as well because it takes too many energy to do what it does. Hello, Mizu. Yeah, I mean, Water Slash is possibly okay, but like 4 for 50 is anyway, and then you gotta pay more in order to do the actual like extra damage. No thank you. Mewtwo is actually kind of decent. Reflect Shield is fine. Psyburst is like slightly more expensive Psychic, but you know, with the right energy makeup you could probably use this. Porygon 2 is pretty notable to be able to use this sort of thing, so that's fine. And then like Noctowl is the other one you would use with the Mewtwo because it shares the Psychic Lightning part. Noctowl I think is actually really good. Very, very disruptive card. You've just got to be playing Psychic and Lightning for it, and without P2 that's like hard to justify. Shining Raichu is also a very funny one. If you can play Rainbow Energies to fuel the Lightning part of this, you do more damage with the Snipe part of this attack. If you can pay, it doesn't like have the not used to pay for this attack clause like the most Hydro Pump style things do. So attach 2 Rainbow or the Miracle Energy to pay for the 2 Lightning, and you do 40 Snipe 40, which is actually really funny, but it is very expensive to get going. Steelix takes 2 Metal Energy and flips to do nothing on Tails. That should tell you all you need on this one, but it is also like a self-destruct style bench snipe, 10 to every bench, and if you either way you can't attack next turn, so you've got the same thing as the Mantine but on something that takes 4 energy, 2 of which are special. No thank you. And Tyranitar is the biggest meme here. Kib wanted to make it work, it never will. 1 dark plus either like pure fighting or pure fire to do its things. It's actually kind of strong, but like good luck, you'll never get that to go. As far as what we're playing today, we are going to be playing Crobat Gengar. It's mostly supposed to be Crobat Haunter, but honestly, in testing, I've been using the Gengar a lot more, so I bumped the count up to 2. So, of course, as I mentioned, the idea with this, we've got Golbat that does 10 Snipe when you evolve into it, anywhere that you want. Crobat does 20 when you evolve into it. We combine that with Hyper Devolution Spray, so we take the top card off of the Pokemon once we've used it. And we could potentially Super Scoop up too. I kind of want to fit a 3rd one of these in, it's just really hard to. But we combine it with that, and we can reuse the bats multiple times, get multiple like damage units off. And the real kicker here is the Haunter. If you use your Haunters correctly here, put a baby or a basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile onto their bench and put a damage counter on that card. That sets up the 30 HP baby Pokemon to get killed by a Crobat on the next turn. So it's really hard to get out of this too. Like if you can set this up to chain these, it's like stupidly strong. You can also use the Gengar as well, which is really good against the higher HP stuff that is like really hard to knock out otherwise. So you use this to take out your big threats, like potentially for Alligator, force them to have gusts in order to actually do what they want. Otherwise, it's fairly simple. We got 2 challenge because if we get challenge accepted, we're going to get Zubats down every time. It's really, really good. 1 double gust. The initial list didn't play this, and I'm considering still cutting it, to be honest. But, like, all of our deck is 0 retreat except the Gengar. It seems like too good not to play. But at the same time, I think maybe the 3rd Scoop Up would be the better option here. I don't know. It's a weird one. Speaking of weird ones, I did trade for this for the, which one was it? The Prop 15 episode? I didn't end up using it, but Erica's Perfume is a very good card for this deck. Look at the opponent's hand. If they have any basic Pokemon cards in there, you may put any number of them onto their bench. And then you snipe them. So, really cool card in this deck. I'd like to see it here. It's Captivating Pokepuff in future games. 2 good manas, because again, it's all I've got, but this lets me get more basics out if we need to. The 4 Devolution Spray, this is the heart and soul of the deck. We reuse our bats with ease with this. The original deck didn't have Nightly Garbage Run, but I am going to play one here because I think if we get all of our Haunters KO'd, we probably just lose, to be honest, so we need to have some recovery there. The 4 Elm is the only good draw card of the format. 2 Super Scoop Up, it's on the coin toss, which is unfortunate, but this will let me pick up the Crobat, so I can go back into Golbat and Crobat. So that's why I kind of want a third one of these, to be honest. 3 the Boss's Way. I initially had 4 of these because it's just super good, but I did need to cut some space to get in the likes of the Double Gust here and the extra Gengar. So we've still got 3 Evolution Searches. 1 Rocket's Hideout. I would like 2, just deck space is too tight here. This gives my Dark Pokemon 20 extra HP, which is like all of them. So Golbat goes to 70, Crobat goes to 90, Gengar goes to 90, and Haunter goes to 70. So like it just makes them a fair bit harder to take out in one shot, which is really good. Rocket's Minefield Gym can, if you flip tails on this, it puts 2 damage counters on a Pokemon that goes onto the bench from the hand. Fun fact, you can combine this with Erica's Perfume to force the opponent to get their cards down under it, which is really funny. 2 Focus Band, because I only have 2, this deck should play 4, but I just don't have them. And then rounding out, we have 12 Psychic Energy. Was 13, but Nightly Garbage Run is going to take the space of the other one. Jason's list played 11 Psychic and 1 Dark. I do not like the Dark in here, because it implies that you're attaching it to Gengar and using it for that only, which seems really bad. I'd rather just have the Psychic so I don't have to bleed my own Cleffer to set up at the beginning of the game. So that's basically it. Really, the only spot that I'm considering here is the Double Gust versus Super Scoop. I kind of want the Scoop in here, but I really do like the option of Double Gust just to try and get away from... it's annoying. It's annoying. I think I will actually go ahead and put the 3rd Super Scoop in here. Again, Jason's list only played 2, but he also had 4 Focus Band, so you know. I don't think he played Rocket's Hideout either, because he had 4 Focus Band. But we know Chaos Gym is going to be a play here, so I think this is what we're going to do. And now that we've kind of gone over the stuff with that, I am going to get a drink real quick, or take a drink. And we're going to go ahead and bring ourselves out here.
Hello.
Hello. I'm sorry I took so long with that, but this is a big set that needs a lot of explanation, so...
No worries, we're still on our first game.
So you guys are still on that. I suppose then that means I need to like move myself over to yellow and give this a go. Let's see how bad this goes. Alright, let's shift over then, and we'll have a go with it, Matt.
Alright, choose what you want.
Sure. Good luck in your game, fellas.
Yep.
Choose what you want.
Alright, so now I need to change the color over. Again, sorry for the long wait on that, but
Oh no, no worries.
there's a lot of cards to go over in this. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, so how do you think this set went overall then, in terms of your pulls and stuff?
I don't know. I didn't really pull cards I wanted, but the only things I wanted were holo rares, so...
Yeah.
Understandable.
It is pretty understandable. Yeah, I had a lot of ways that I could go with this one. I don't know. Like, there's a few that I wanted to play. I'm not actually sure if this is going to end up being like the best of them, but it is one that I was looking forward to at least. So that should be good. But then I said that about the Kingdra too, and that went like pretty badly. So we'll see. I still think that deck is really fun though. Like, even if it didn't end up like winning at all, I don't mind. Like, it is a fun deck to play. So
yeah, it's cool. When it goes off especially, feels really good, I'm sure, to Pokemon Center for like 80 or whatever.
Yep. Alright, so I guess we're going to move this thing in. So I guess you've been seeing how this works out. But essentially, yeah, it's really neat. I think I might want to rotate it around before I keep it locked in place though, because I think we should probably have the button bit here for that, just to make sure that it's actually accessible all the time with it, because sometimes it goes a bit weird with that. I've been doing it, like, testing it myself, where it's like, you know, one of the plus minus ones here is the one, and it was hard to flip the coins because the stupid dice kept getting in the way of it. So
Yeah.
if it's on the side, I think that's a lot better. So what do we want?
Heads for me.
Yeah, you got it. All right.
Bats.
Bats. Yep.
Yeah, I was asking them what they thought you would be playing, and that was my best guess.
Yeah. I mean, I only get 2 sets with this because of the stupid Golbat rotates. So I'm like, I've really been wanting to do this because one of my favorite decks in the Gen 6 stuff was Lando Bats, right? And Raichu as well, right? Raichu Bats was like amazing in like from the Phantom Forces type stuff. Later on, I think I transitioned to Manectric, but yeah, I don't know. I found it a lot of fun to play that, and so when I realized that's what these two were doing, the Dark Golbat into Crobat, I was like, I have to play this.
Yeah.
Yep. So get that back in.
I played Zorwerk Greninja in Sword and Shield days.
Neat.
7, right? Yeah, kind of similar idea. Okay, no trainers.
Yep. Unfortunately, not too surprised. It was hard to pull different in this one, and Gatr is still one of the strongest decks we can play. So there are a couple of variants of what I'm playing at the moment that I really wanted to jam, but I lost like 100% of the time to the Gatr deck you bought last week. So I was like, I can't. Like, it's so annoying. Like even one of them doing actual grass attacking just couldn't beat it, and I was like, this seems ridiculous, but you know.
It is good. Your turn.
Okay. Let's go.
Done a little bit of poking around in the list to try to find stuff to do with it, make it a little,
yeah,
I guess, resistant to your techs and whatnot, but
right.
it's stuff.
Okay, let's see if this one will actually work out. I'm gonna play challenge.
Draw 2.
Okay, that's what I figured. That's fine. Honestly, that might end up being the better effect out of all this anyway. We are going to put Cleffa down, and I guess we will go with Good Manners, because like, his hand is pretty alright, but we kind of want more stuff down. So that is what we shall do. Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure, like, how amazing this list will be. I mean, no, I've been tested. It's been alright. Like, having the 4th Crobat would have been really good, but obviously we couldn't end up working out the trade for that, which is fine.
Yeah. I was also hoping to play it, but
understandable.
The way the cookies crumbled.
Yeah, like, I only got one. I think basically everybody only got one, and then it was like, a kid didn't get any. And it was like, trading for them was the thing. Yeah, I think that's going to be the card. We're going to get the Ghastly out here. I didn't actually want to play this one because, like, I didn't want to just play Jason's list with it. But again, the other two that I were testing with this had 0 game against Gatr, so like, I didn't have a choice. This one I think might be able to do it, but it's still not going to be easy. No, I should probably actually go for the Eek with this hand. Yeah, so we're going to try it, and then if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter, because I do still have something next turn. But it does. Okay, so...
Nice.
We'll get a 7, and there we go.
What to do? Rack.
Yep. You know, at this point, you might as well just cut 7 and search that way rather than drawing them, because you're doing exactly the same thing whenever you search your hand again.
What do you mean?
Like, if you just cut the top 7, like, search that as a separate thing, that's essentially the same at this point if you ever have to search your hand again to, like, find out what you had. Remember what you had, even?
Yeah, I see what
It's
you mean.
basically the same thing, because the reason you did it the way you did in the first place, you told me, is so you didn't have to do a search, right, of the deck, not the deck, but, like, put another search on the thing. But as soon as you go into your hand with this stuff here, that's, that would be another search anyways, so... Do you have to? Didn't you?
No, this is my...
Oh, this is your next one. Right, okay. Okay, I was just, yeah, again, a little confused on the way it was done, but that's fine. I understand. So you kept one... Whew. I think what's been bugging me a lot when it comes to all of the testing stuff with this one is, like, it's been reasonably okay, like, getting to the Gatr, and then it's just been, like, gust every single turn, and I've never been able to get anything established. That's what's been the problem with, like, every single time I've done this. All of the hands, for some reason, just immediately had, like, Gust, Wrath, or then Trash Exchange, Gust, Wrath, etc. And it was just impossible to, like, keep going, more or less.
Gust is really strong in this format when acceleration's kind of poor.
Yeah. And the best acceleration is weak to you, so...
Right, yeah.
Right, where's that other one come from? You haven't discarded anything yet, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Debating whether to discard any of these guys. Because
I
haven't played this matchup. I don't know if having multiple babies really matters, given Haunter just pulls one of them.
Yeah, this is a weird match, to say the least.
I think... I guess, I mean, you do want to have multiple Haunter targets, but I think realistically you can easily knock out a baby every turn, so you're never going to, like, be missing a baby in the discard pile. That's my guess, is how this is going to go.
I could see that, yeah. Yeah, I feel like if I want one, then yeah, I can easily... Wow. Wrath into Wrath into Wrath on your draws. It's pretty fun.
Yes.
I have no idea how this one's gonna go either, because I didn't have space to specifically tech against Gatr on this one, so...
Yeah.
There ain't no Parasect in this list, that's for sure. I could have had it in one of the other ones I was trying out, but even then, ultimately didn't.
Sure. Yeah, I should have searched my hand earlier. Got some of the cards ahead. That's okay. Let's... How much water's in here?
That's a good question at the moment, yeah.
7...
Yeah, as Pal is telling me in here, yeah, 2 fixed stage 2 lines and a baby suite, no chance of tags here. Although, like, Jason's list only played 1 Gengar, so it's mostly the heavy stage 1. It's like a heavy stage 1 plus stage 2. That's still, like, not really any space for teching, though.
Yeah. Alright, I believe I have another Wrath. Not mistaken. Yeah.
Alright, I guess I'm not gonna filter this just yet then, jeez, oh. Yeah, I was gonna sort them, but if you've got another one, then, jeez, 4 in a row, huh?
Keep coming.
It's scary, but at the same time, not a lot has been done with them yet, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, okay, that's obvious. Let's see what else is in here.
Yeah, because you've still got 2 out of there to go, but yeah, it's all you've gone through literally half your deck on this turn, so
yeah.
Without even using Bill's teleporter this time to do it either, jeez.
Yeah.
That was another thing that ended up coming up in a couple of the decks, again, that just had no game against this one, is I did end up playing like 4 Teleporter in them, and it helped a lot. They were definitely a lot more consistent, but again, just no game against this. So, right, I'm going to sort these real quick then, just to have a proper see what's here. I do see the attachment's gone on the Totodile, so 2 Croc down, all the energy in the universe, 2... So you probably kept a trash. Okay. Fair dues. The recall tech going is interesting.
Yeah, I like the card.
I think it's good. I'm like really impressed with that one actually. Because there are times where you just don't want a Riptide or can't really fuel a Riptide, and that's where it could be super good.
I'm gonna attach to this Totodile. Speaking of,
yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah, I kind of moved one over, so yeah, that's totally fine.
Don't know if it actually probably won't come up this game, but we'll see.
Who knows?
All right. This gas just.
It's not the lick one. Like that would be better, but this is still okay. 10 plus auto sleep is decent.
Great. Alright, do I need to play anything else? So, I think I just passed there.
Okay.
It's weird because this is really straightforward, where I don't have to worry about having, like, backup attackers or anything. It's just get to Gatr and then...
Yeah, it's going to be an intriguing one that way. Okay, we are going to get to Haunter. I think, yeah, we put the second Ghastly down because these do get knocked out pretty quickly. It's weird because I kind of don't want to Elm, but at the same time I think I should because I would ideally get a Golbat down this turn. Right, so I think it's still correct to do it, even, and I might fail the Eek anyway, right? So,
yeah.
Unfortunately, that doesn't really do it though, so we are gonna have to try for the Eek here. Do get it, okay. Yeah, the hand was like kind of playable, but not really what I want there. This deck would probably do a bit better if I had like Pokemon Trader maybe, but with 20, like, what was it, 24 in Jason's default list? A lot of Pokemon in his standard one, so you know, yeah. So there's the Croc, probably. Ooh, Energy Stadium. Yo, that's really good.
And Trigger.
Nice. Get one of those back in. That gives you the energy for next turn. Really good.
I thought it was interesting for lets you play into Secret Mission as well.
Yeah.
Discard fodder.
Yeah, that's cool. And it also gives you a counter stadium, which is something you didn't have last week.
That too. Which I'm glad, because I'm seeing both these guys are playing Chaos.
They sure are, and that might cause me some troubles, but we'll see.
Yeah. Alright. I think that's again just going to be the end of it for me.
Okay, then let's draw. Okay, so we're going to put a Haunter down there. You know what? I'm going to take a look and see what's in that hand. We're going to Erica's Perfume here. Captivating Pokepuff, if you know the more recent version.
Yep.
Oh, now the Suicune's a weird one. Do I actually put that down? I guess. I mean, does it really matter? Yeah, no, it makes the Double Gust a bit worse, doesn't it? Yeah, let's put the Suicune down. And then what have we got? Double Gatr, there was Elm, there was Double Gust, yeah. Warp Point, still on the Warp Point as well. There's your 1 energy. Okay, and the Focus Band. Yeah, I don't know if Focus Band makes a difference in this match, so I'll be fine with that. Okay, yeah, so let's get the Suicune down on the bench then. Okay. Yeah, very interesting card to have in this deck, to be honest. Alright, I have only played Trainers at the moment. We are going to bounce that Energy Stadium with Rocket's Hideout.
That makes sense.
Let's go with Boss's Way here. So we're going to take Golbat. Yeah, so let's put 10 on the Igglybuff. And I've got a second one. We're going to put 10 on... No, I don't think on the buffer, because I can just KO that with one Crobat.
That makes sense.
I'm just thinking, if is there a world where it matters, where I'm actually going to start attacking the Gatr? There is, but I don't think it matters at the moment. Let's put it on the Totodile.
Yep.
Yeah, there is a universe where I actually attack that Gatr, but this is not quite there yet. Let's go... I know you've got Gust, so probably diversify the energy here. And we will Elm. Kind of don't like using these all so early, but honestly, if I could get another bat down or something, that would be great here. Doesn't look like that's too likely. Do I do anything else here? I'd be giving you an easy knock. Well, I suppose it's probably not too bad. Yeah, let's switch in, and I'm going to attempt the, what is it, callback attack here?
Yep.
So we don't get it, that's fine.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So this has 70 at the moment, but I don't think that's going to matter too much, seeing what's in discard. Yeah, you've got like 500,000 energy in the discard right now, so it's not going to matter at all.
Put that there. Well. Right. Yeah, energy. That's a good question.
There's 8 at the moment. So,
So
enough to KO anything, basically.
okay. Yeah, so I guess we are going to end up killing Haunter this turn, probably. Let's do that.
Yep.
And...
Gravity is
do that? No, not really. Yeah, I'll go Riptide for a knockout.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Oh,
keep
right.
a separate water pile.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's what I've been using like the PTCG sort for that. Pepper, do you mind? Please.
sorry.
Right.
I just saw the method.
Okay. Right, let's draw. Okay. What do we do? This hand has got a lot of stuff. I'm just like, what's the best bet here? Okay, this might end up being slightly too early, but honestly, I think it might still be best. Let's go with challenge first.
Draw 2.
Yep. I mean, that's still a pretty good card in my eyes if I'm getting to draw 2 off of it. Alright, we're gonna good manners because this hand has got a lot, but it doesn't have a basic, so this might this might be a bit of a complicated turn here. So we are going to
I'm
get
gonna drink
Zubat.
during this lull.
Yep.
What I've got.
Alright, yeah, so we're getting the Zubat. So I think I need to attach here as well. We need to put the focus band on this, at least have a chance of surviving here. And then, yeah, we'll go boss's way to get another Crobat. Oops, not attach it. Crobat is not an energy card. That would be, oh jeez, what have I done? Shift tab. I think I double clicked on one of the profile pictures there for a second. It was just like, Yeah, Steam overlay popping up on my my own end. Right, so I think I need to go Crobat, knock out the Igglybuff. So we'll take that. I'm gonna put it face down so I still keep the rest of the hand here, because I might end up elming at the end of the turn anyway. I don't want to forget to elm the card that's in my hand. I mean, probably best to try the Super Scoop Up first, to be honest. Okay, we do get it, so this is also going to be part of that now. Almost makes it pointless searching for the Crobat, but to be honest, I wouldn't have known I was going to do that. Yeah, it really is just thinking, like, there is a world where I do end up attacking with it, but I feel like my prizes are actually going to have stopped me from being able to do shit in this game, unfortunately, but we'll see. I do need to get the Zubat down. That much is obvious. So let's go to Crobat, hit the Totodile. Man. If I could Elm and actually like Devo Spray on the same turn, this would still be good. But obviously that is not a legal play, so... Yep, I think... Well, given the setup here, to be honest, I think I might just Eek from here. At least save the Elm for potentially drawing again afterwards.
Okay. Eek it is.
Eek it is. Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a fairly swift knockout coming on this one, so...
What do I need to do here?
You need to double gust, you need to discard, you need to hope you flip heads. That's the game plan, straightforward.
Yep. Hit water as well.
Yeah, well, I guess Trash Exchange would do that bit.
Theory. Gotta say mission.
Yeah, sure.
I think I just call your hand, but oh no, it's a new hand. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like a perfect, almost perfect hand.
It's a Batpalooza.
Oh.
Probably the only thing that's missing is the Gengar, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, Rick coming in with a really big raid here. Thank you very much, my dude. You're playing Super Mario RPG, I think. Hopefully that went well. Right, I'm going to pick this up again now then.
Yep. Yeah. Warp, double dust.
Oh, wow.
Gator, water. Yeah, warp, double gust, gator, water for 4.
Yep, for 4.
That's this here.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, every time I've played this deck, I've just, at the end of the turn, I've done the PTCG sword and just, like, stripped them from the top of the deck, because they always, or the top of the discard, because they always go there, which is quite fun. Yeah. But I'm just keeping a separate one is fine, so long as you remember with Trash Exchange to put that one back as well.
For sure. Oh, whoa, hello.
Oh. Empty bench switching.
Well...
I don't think sending a bad egg into your to fight is a good idea.
It just corrupts your prizes and lets you draw them all instantly, right?
It might turn into a Celebi, and I don't know if that's better or worse.
Yep, so downpouring here.
Downpour. else.
No, the latest bad egg is the shiny Pikachus. They're the latest bad egg funds. Because that's what the bad eggs in BDSP turn into.
Okay, sure. So we'll then attach this dude.
Oh wow, it went through. Nice.
Yeah. And then Helm.
Okay. That means no trash exchange this turn at least. No gust either.
Attempt to rip the tide.
Ooh, no dice. Alright, we survive a turn. Okay, so I think then I need to double Golbat ping down the Totodile for the knockout. This needs to land. That is not what I wanted to see off it. God damn. Alright, let's put a focus band down on you. I want to do. I guess I'll put another one of these down. The temptation to poke for 20 is quite strong, but I need to eke here, so that's what we shall do. Okay.
Let's get that. Probably moderately good. So I'll Gust Haunter.
Yeah, sure.
I'll retreat him.
Yeah. We might as well move that over there. How we be? This ain't gonna go very well, but yeah, mostly fine. You need to do 70 to this to get the KO at the moment, by the way.
So
Because I've got the stadium in play.
So it didn't attach this turn, if I'm not mistaken.
You did not, no.
So... No, I don't think I could. Yeah, I'll just go Riptide.
Alright, and we will try for the focus band. Okay, so we will survive. I take the 60. And yeah, that did what I needed it to. Let's see if it actually matters. Oh, and it just might. Okay, I need to check this real quick. Not as many as I'd hoped, but still. Okay. Okay, let me just work through real quick, see how this is gonna go. Let's try Super Scoop Up first here, I think. I didn't actually expect to hit that. What the hell do I pick up from this? Like part of me wants to pick up the Haunter because reasons, but at the same time, then it just gets gusted as a Ghastly and killed that way. I think I still pick up the Crobat here. It seems respectable. So we're just going to bench the Zubat down again, so no point in really keeping that there. Let's see. What can we do? We can do that. That is...
How did you guys' game go, Pepper Sai?
Horrible matchup on my end, but I made the most of it.
Yeah.
Pepper won.
It was a long slog. It was a long Chaos Gym slog.
We have Gengar.
Pepper was on Fortress, right?
Yeah, Fortress Stomphan.
Yeah, that did look pretty brutal for a bat.
Right, so if we do...
That annihilated my Donphan, but just couldn't touch Fortress.
We do...
Yep.
Sorry, just trying to figure out where this goes here. This is one of those weird, like, technical decks compared to what we're used to seeing in this, right? It's like, where should the damage go here to make it worthwhile? Honestly, how much do? I do 10 with a Golbat, 20 there, so to that, to that.
even the confusion doesn't do much for Fortress because it takes no self damage if it's got metal energy on it.
Does shut down the spikes though.
I'm just thinking with this as well, it's like how much do I actually need to hit here? Next turn I can do... What are you loading in?
Sorry, I was looking, I was checking, messing with
What the
board
heck is
art.
this? That was so weird. Why is it all like
30,
white?
50.
Design of the board, as far as I can tell.
Okay, I think I've worked out what we want. So we're gonna do 10, 30 Devo Spray, 50 to the for Alligator. I am going to preemptively Devo Spray the Crobat back to hand here as well. I can't evolve again this turn with it because nothing's a valid target, but it gets it in for next turn. And we're going to keep the Gatr in, we're going to go for Deep Sleep. So the pull-in thing. So it's 30, we need to put 2 coins on this now because you need to flip double heads in order to wake up. Which you do not, so still asleep.
Yep.
And this is pretty much the way I think I might stand a chance of winning this matchup. That's what I've been trying to work through, going, okay, if I do this, how do I win from here? And I think this is the answer. Because this puts a bit of a dampener on the whole, like, only build one Pokemon up plan, right?
All trash change.
Yep. How many is this going in?
25. Discard.
25, okay. Yeah, because you did Riptide like 1,000 energy back in, so that's where all the Misty's Wrath stuff went.
One moment, being called.
Okay, I'm going to sort this whilst you do that then. Oh, that's a problem. Okay.
Okay. I'm back. So
you have 5 in discard at the moment.
Okay. Start.
Yeah, I sorted it whilst you were thinking that. Yep. Okay, this works for me then. There's no.
Yeah, I'll patch you.
Yeah, you should probably do that first. Yeah, this time it didn't go through, so we'll just move that in here. It is. So you get your 7. No trainers for the rest of the turn.
Probably knocking me out. Yes.
Yeah, this is where it gets frightening.
Go. Huh. See, I know you have only, or as far as I know, you only have 1 Crobat in hand.
Yes, you know 1 Crobat, and I think that's all you know out of this hand at this point, because I put the Golbat that was super scoop up down on the onto the Zubat that I could evolve. So
yeah. Okay. Well, then I will pass.
Okay. Wow, this time it does wake up. That's surprising, but yeah. Ah, yeah, that's the neat thing, is it also stopped you downpouring as well, which is something I kind of forgot about. Okay, so this has 40 left on it, so we're going to go... Oh, not this one. I have one in hand. It's like there. So we're going to go Golbat Ping here, because then I can take it out with Gengar. And you do know that I have Crobat, so 20 on the Suicune as well. And yeah, we're going to take the knockout on the on this here.
Alright, so Suicune.
Yep. So Suicune can't get put to sleep because of its crystal body at the very least, so that might help.
Um, hmm. Two. You have 90 health.
Yeah,
So
at
you
the
just have to
moment.
hit you once.
Yeah.
If you can hit me and Crobat me, that would be game.
That is the plan. Focus Band kind of makes that a bit troublesome now.
True. Well, I guess. Just hit me and then bat next turn.
Yeah, I might have to
fair
look at doing it that way. We'll see.
Okay, well, I'll Wrath, I guess.
Sure. I won't lie, I am very surprised we've gotten this far with what I have had set up here.
Yeah, I'll take that for sure. Ah, Evo. Let's see, scoop. 2. So 2 Diva.
How many could I have fit space in for?
I'll concede.
Wow, yep. Whew, yeah, the problem was I saw your trash exchange got rid of all of your other trash exchange.
Yep, that was quite unfortunate.
Yeah.
That was what sealed it for
Okay,
me as well.
so here was my problem, that I thought there was no way I was winning this. Too ghastly
That's
priced.
funny.
I was like, I need one of these out, because I was going to have such a hard time doing anything here, so I went aggro for the Gengar. Like, if that Focus Band was Tails, I think I would have had to have just scooped on the spot, because I could not have come back from that. I have a Nightly Garbage run in here. I did tech one in, but like that's going to be hard to find, you know? With Gatr just pressuring everything so much, it's like, I don't think I could have found that. So... oh boy, this matchup seems pretty volatile, like either way round, but Gengar's pretty good, and I did like really want to try and play that, because yeah, dude is disgusting, but you know, yeah, GG's on that, man. Scary.
Yeah, it's cool. That's a interesting matchup for sure.
Yeah. So the other two decks of this type I was considering was the Dark Houndoom, and Dark Muck actually was the other one that could benefit from it. That was using the bats as like support ping damage basically, because the Houndoom can do like 60 for 2 if you have Dark and Fire on it. And so like you just add the extra damage to that with the bats and it can chip down most things. Problem is, it's fire, so it dies to Gatr instantly. And Muck, I think I needed to keep experience all in the deck, and I just didn't have the space at the time for it, because again, every time it was like, get a Grimer down, it gets gusted and flooded straight away. And that just kept happening every single time, like turn after turn after turn. There was no way that I could get any attachments going. So, yeah, even though it hits for weakness, it didn't do enough because it just couldn't keep up. I underestimated how important the experience all was in that match.
Yeah,
but that's fine. So I ended up settling on this, even though it was Jason's one and not my own one. I was like, this still is cool, and Gengar is really good, so I guess I can't complain too much.
Agreed.
Right, do we want to swap for somebody having a different game then?
Sure.
Who wants to face map first?
I'll play whoever.
You guys going on that
Let's
side.
put down there, which is totally. Let's see how this does against Gatr.
Alright, I guess that means
Yeah,
you're
kind of.
playing this one then, Sai?
Yep.
Bat mirror.
We've tried this before actually.
We have, but that was with Houndoom instead of with the Gengar stuff, right? So,
Really, that?
Yeah.
Neutral
Okay.
bats versus mean bats.
yeah, right? They can't even use Dark Energy, it's so sad. Alright, let's shift over to a different room then, Sai.
Yep.
Holy crap, we actually beat it. Oh my god, I did not think it was going to go that way.
That deck Pepper's using is quite disgusting against this deck I'm using.
I mean, when it was this grass too, it's kind of rough, right?
Resist grass plus metal energy is not fun.
Yeah. Alright, so let's see how this one goes. Also, the kind of other funny thing is I challenged twice and just drew 2 cards with it both times. It feels pretty good. Like, kind of just the pressure on it going, yeah, you're not getting those basics out. Do not blame him. Gengar really does kind of prey a little bit on that whole, like, just build one attacker up at a time thing, right? I even went second in that game too, so pretty good. Alright, what do we want?
Let's go heads.
Correct. Alright. Ooh, the Magby, that's going to be a problem.
That was the idea.
Well, I mean, I might still be able to deal with it, who knows. Yep.
Don't need to do that this turn, I'll just spot her for the 10.
Sure. I will get that one, and let's go. Okay, let's see what you're working with here. Erica's Perfume.
Sorry, drags are a little busted.
Yeah,
at the
that's
minute.
fine, that's fine. Alright, so nothing too fancy here. Breeder Fields could potentially be good, but it only is like a 50 odd. Yep, okay, so I might be in trouble, but I think we're okay at the moment. I mean, okay, I'm not really too surprised you put the grass instead of the full heal, but that's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and put a focus band down. I should put the energy on as well first. Yeah, because I think eking here is a bit optimistic. We're going to go with the Elm, because I'd have to like hard draw the Cleffa here. That seems a little on the optimistic side, so seems
I
about
need
right.
to keep the full heals for issues.
You do,
later on.
you do. Okay, let's go in and try and go for the Nightmare here, which we do get, so 10 plus the sleep, and so just before you rotate, go ahead and flip the coin for it, just to see. Okay, now rotate it. Yep, so Magby's asleep. Ooh, that's a good draw, because it gives you an extra out with Breeder Fields here, so
Yep.
it's pretty good. One of them, yep. You might not have gotten it if you didn't top deck the thing, so I know that you would have to expend a full heal energy as an attachment here to get out of this, so like it depends how much that's worth to you.
It might actually be worth it to stop the chip damage coming in.
It might be. It might be.
Let's see, what do I want to grab here?
Brings you so far back. Yeah, I can imagine, pal. It's definitely like, yep, as you Crobat, because you've got your Evolve 3, you still got one grass in hand anyway, right? So
Yep.
yep, it's one grass, 2 full heal. Yeah, I think that's not unreasonable, to be honest.
And then we'll spot her for the 10.
Yep. And I will take that 10. Right, let's draw. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, so first off, we do have Haunter. I do have Psychic for the Haunter. So we're going to go with that. Okay, I am going to Good Manners here, so we'll show the rest. And you are completely right to put that full heal down, because I would have had a potential hit here. So definitely correct to do that. Oh, I need to sort this, don't I? Because I haven't seen my deck yet. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, well I don't have two of the same thing prized this time round, so that's good. Two of the same basic as well. That was so scary. Like, jeez, how I almost felt like, how the hell do I win this when two of my Ghastly are prized? Right? Imagine if this was
that's rough.
Yeah, imagine if this was the original list that didn't have Nightly Garbage Run. I would have just been completely screwed at that point, right? If he just hit the other one down. Okay, as much as I want to get the Zubat here, I do think getting Cleffer is the more sensible option. Because I'm probably going to need to go through that here. We are going to... Alright, Pal, stupid question since we're here as well. If, say, his Crobat went for Triggered Poison and I evolved the active, does that Triggered Poison effect go away? I know most effects do, so I just wanted to double check, like, if that's an interaction I need to worry about here. Because I would need a third Psychic on this thing to do its attack, right? So... I think I should Elm here, though. Because I probably will need, I will need other stuff with it here. Getting down one of these does seem pretty alright. Okay, let's put this back down at... Oh, I'm trying to click the other side. There we go. Let's put this back down to 1, and I guess we're going for Surround here. So... hit it! Alright, so that will get the knockout. Jeez. Alright. Triggered Poison's effect ends when evolving. I thought so because like every other effect that like happens that way is like does the same thing, but I wanted to be sure because that would be really bad if I went like evolve attach instead. I could do it the other way around and it'd be fine, but it's just like just wanted to make absolute sure that I was correct in that thought. Yep, because I know you've got it since you've brought it out last turn.
Yeah, this game might not be going much longer, to be honest.
No, I'm sorry.
Triggered Poison.
Yep, so we'll get the 30. Yeah, because I do have Boss's Way, so... we are just... oh, it was the next card anyway. We are just going to go straight for the Gengar here.
I'm just not getting any draw and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't matter which way around because it's like attach, oh no, I get poisoned, I evolve, I cure the poison anyway.
I don't think I can get this up fast enough to matter.
Yeah, you do have a full heal energy in hand, but I still need to go for it. We've got Elm. I don't like burning all of these so early, but at the same time, I have an Eek in play, so I'm probably pretty safe with it. And I mean, for what it's worth, I guess I do have a Golbat ping the Zubat. Or do I ping this? Whatever. I probably shouldn't.
I was thinking
but...
you were going to drag this in, kill it in one hit, and then ping this.
Well, I'm thinking, actually no, if I'm being smart about this, I should probably ping the Crobat. Because what I'm going to do this turn is not drag in and just like keep this thing out to do 60 to it with a weakness and put the double sleep on it. Yeah, that's what I should do here, so that's what we're going to do. because I think that's being more sensible about it here. So now there's the 2 coin flip for the sleep.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
do this
I
'cause
can
no
see.
fucking
Yeah.
point.
Oh well, never mind. Shows what you know. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. This is not a good matchup to have. Yeah, because I should have been smarter with it because I had the Crobat in hand. So it's like, wait, but then I just ping the Crobat next turn, take the knockout, and go from there. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
Is what it is. Draws are draws.
Yeah. Do you want to do another one with this, or is it not?
We're gonna have to.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
That does count as a dunk, I think.
Technically no, but yeah, it's pretty close. Alright.
Oh, Pepper changed decks.
Oh!
Thought we weren't doing that.
I thought not as well, but okay. Sure, whatever. Alright, back down to 1.
Let's
go. What do you want?
You go.
Let's go Tails. Oh my god, I'm going first. Alright. I don't think it's gonna matter with this hand, but oh yeah, it is certainly not. Shit. Okay, this is probably the first time I've actually bricked with this deck, to be honest. We're gonna go boss's way, just to see what on earth I'm dealing with here. Yeah, I guess I take the Golbat. Shuffle up and pass turn. Go ahead.
Alright, we're gonna do that. Gonna good manners.
Yep. Yep.
Gonna grab a Zubat. Maximize our breeder fields odds here.
Absolutely.
Oops.
Yep.
Breeder fields.
So I guess we'll bring the 2 back out. Or are you gonna do it that way? Okay. That's fine too.
I know it's still the same species, but this way it's just...
No, I get it. Alright, so you get 1. That's all you needed, right? I'm pretty sure Crobat was in that hand already, was it?
Yep.
Yep, so that's all you really need.
And as much as it sucks...
Yep.
Get this online, we're gonna... Poison spray.
Yeah, sure. Probably no point in keeping the thing there, because I'm most likely getting out of it. Brick is a brick. We're gonna go ahead and put the thing. This is overlapping my own stadium. Who put that over there?
Sorry.
I mean, I don't really have a choice but to evolve. We'll ping 10 on the active since you put the energy on it. And then we will try and commit our own honorable Sudoku here. Damn it! It won't even let me concede. Come on. Won't even let me concede in style, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, let's go for it.
Yep.
And then we'll poison bite.
Yeah, so that's going to be up to 30. You heal that 10 off of it. And yeah, GG. I can't do anything.
Oof.
Yeah, I just bricked. Like, it's the only time I've ever bricked with this deck, but yeah, I just bricked. So, not much I can really do. Next card was Cleffer, so I suppose that would have helped, but like, yeah, this I would have probably bossed Wade there, because I couldn't survive otherwise. Right?
At this point, the plan was start cross poisoning every turn.
Yep. So, like, there's no way I could do anything. Yeah, no, so, I mean, not much you can really do. Pricking with a hand to trainers must be Neo era. Honestly, that can happen in any era, just about. I know there are some that have got a lot more like ways out than others, but realistically, that can happen just about all the time. It happens a lot more so because we don't have 4 Cleffer, right? But
this is gonna look familiar to you.
Alright, let's go heads. Alright. Yeah, okay. Let's see what we can do. Absolutely jack shit. We're gonna try and go for the Ek. Okay, draw 2. Ooh, that's a good one.
Try for the teleporter.
Alright. Fair's fair. Yep.
Try and get some bats out of this.
That was gonna land on it. I'm pretty sure it was gonna land over. It said at a 2. I'm pretty sure if it was actually like this is so funny that this keeps happening.
Obviously, you're grabbing a Golbat for this one.
Sure. Yeah, there you go. You disturb it and it goes over onto the 2, so makes sense.
Guess we'll attach a Goldberry to this one.
Sure.
And we will attempt the spotter.
Okay. That could actually be kind of important later on when I actually have stuff down, you know? Alright, we're gonna go 1, 2, Psychic, Focus Band, and we're going to attempt the... Nope, okay.
Alright, we are going to... I don't want to do this.
Never egg. Sometimes egg, not this time. Yep.
Guess we'll attempt the spotter again.
No. Okay. Well, that probably helps a bit. We're gonna go back ping Magby. We're gonna go Haunter, attach, and go for the Epic. Alright, this time we get it. That means next turn you've got to get Spotter, right? That's how it works?
You would think.
Yep. All of this without a single Cleffer hit as well. Kind of interesting. Yep.
As much as I'd love to double gust, you're just going to take the hood.
That's true, I will. There was a way around that, but that's fine.
Did this go down this turn? I think it was last turn.
It was last turn.
And we'll attempt the gaze.
Okay.
Let's not do it. We'll attempt the sputter.
Oh my god, okay. Well. So that's a problem because we have Crobat, so we're going to take the Magby out here. You do get the energy back, but honestly, I need rid of that thing. What do you put native? Yep. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna bench Ghastly. I'm gonna attempt Super Scoop Up. Alright, I guess we're taking this guy
game,
back
I
then.
guess.
Yeah, so we're taking that. We're gonna bench him because I am going to Good Manners here. I'm probably going to use the perfume later, but I'm going to do the Good Manners bit first. This is actually my first search through the deck this time round, so I should probably make sure I do it right. Let's grab ourselves the bat. Seems the most reasonable option here.
You guys have a fast game 1?
Yeah, I
1 and
pseudo-donked game 1, got bricked the brickiest brick you've ever bricked in game 2, and yeah, we're trying game 3 here.
I don't know. I did a bricky brick myself.
Lone Zubat and nothing but non-basic Pokemon search trainers for 4 turns in a row.
Oh, that was more coughing and 12 energy. Like, it felt like coughing and 8 energy and an XP all.
Let's go with the perfume here, please. As we're trying to play the game. Okay, wow. Double L and Teleporter. Focus Band doesn't matter. The Gust is there, I guess. Yeah, sure, okay. These are going back in as well. I can't evolve this turn because I did Super Scoop Up. Getting fortunate with those this round, but if there was ever a round that you need to. There was no energy in that hand, right? But you do have Elm.
There's 1 energy.
There's 1 energy, but yeah, you do have Elm anyway. It's mostly just a thought of whether I need to try and go in. Yeah, it's got 2, so it's like... I guess if I go in... Might be able to keep it asleep. Oh no, well no, this forces you to double gust almost no matter what. Sure, we're gonna go in and we're gonna use Surround here. Which is gonna stop you retreating next turn. So, 20 damage plus... So now this forces the double gust and the double gust can't hit the thing I'm powering up, so... Yep. Get the 4. You've been getting those heads today as well, so in this set at least, so... Yep. Doesn't really matter, so just put the Crobat up.
And I'll take the Ghastly.
Yep, seems good. Ah! Yeah, that would be the problem when you just hard draw the other one. Yeah, okay, it doesn't really matter, just put up whatever then.
And we're taking this, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, that's pretty annoying, but what are you gonna do, right? Heads flip into yeah, let's evolve the Crobat into Crobat, yeah. Yeah, I mean heads
level X.
Yeah, there you go. Not much I could really do.
Yeah, we're gonna cross stack.
So yeah, you've got more than enough, so now I need to see for the Focus Band. Which I do get. Okay, so that puts it at 40. Alright, let's draw. Ooh, that'll probably do it. Okay. I'm assuming you just forgot about Gaze, but whatever. We're gonna go here and let's ping the Noctowl. I think that seems fair here. We're gonna Devo Spray, go here. How much do I need to do to this thing? It's gonna heal down to 20. Ping the Crobat. We are going to evolve, and we're gonna Elm. And we are going to concede.
No.
Oof.
Can't draw an energy apparently. So yeah, no point playing the rest of that one out. I only had one prized, so I had 2 Haunted prized. That was the real reason. It's like, well, I can't get anything going anymore, so yep. All right, so technically lost the best of 3, even though we won the first game. So I guess depends how you want to treat it. Yeah, Brick into getting excruciatingly unlucky with that, if I'm being honest with you. Bill's Telepolar into a second Double Gust is bullshit, but you know, what are you gonna do? By the way, you swapped decks out, right, Pepper?
Yeah.
We weren't meant to do that.
Oh.
I didn't think so anyway. I thought we were only bringing one deck to the stuff here.
Tournament type stuff today.
Right, but I didn't think the idea was to bring a different deck to every person that you played against. That seems a bit disingenuous. But whatever.
I lost anyway.
Gatr too strong.
not like my deck too strong.
Alright, so I guess I'm up against Matt then.
Sure, let's do it.
Don't flip 4 tails this time. That's all I can say.
Don't even think about it.
I have mulliganed.
Alright, I guess we're moving over then, Pepper.
Alright, I will take that. Just give me a second to get set up.
Alrighty.
Might as well try the memes out against Weezing, because I have a different grass deck in mind for next game. Not Weezing, you know.
Yeah. No, that's fair. No, I just like I didn't think the idea was to do that because then you're just counter decking against what you've seen the other person play.
Well,
that seems kind of lame.
That was a failed counter deck, so.
Well, serves you right. I mean, what? Okay. Well, this game's going to be over very quickly as well, unfortunately. But
That isn't much either, so.
Well, we'll see. Come on, get the stuff out. Alright, yeah, we are on 1 coin here. What are we going for?
Heads.
No. Not that it's gonna matter. Please flip your card over. Thank you. Alright. Go ahead. Yeah, it's that bad.
Mine's not much better. Hypnosis.
Oh, come on. Nope. Okay.
Nope.
That probably helps at least a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. Sub out. Paying it for 10. Boss's way. It's not ideal, but we will make it work. Yep, that's fine. Of course, that would be there. Whatever. Okay, we are gonna take Crobat because I might as well. So we'll do that, and then Ek for drawing 2.
Oh, okay. I could play the game. Yay!
I mean, that does help.
Gaze.
Yep. And that is why I Boss's Wade first, because that was, until I X'd, that was the only trainer card that was in hand.
Yep, so.
Devo Spray is still kind of annoying to get rid of, but like it's not the end of the world. Yeah, if I lost Boss's Way, I would have lost my draw of the Crobat, so...
Please put Goldberry on my knockdown thing. Yes.
Sure. Yep. That's fair.
That hand's going nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, mine's not a lot better, but... When your opener is like Zubat triple Golbat and Boss's Way and like nothing you can do with it, it's like, oh boy. I could have done the 10, but I was like, there's no point in doing that.
Master Ball.
Sure. Boy, I wish I could fit that in here. But, you know, needing to play 4 Devo Spray and minimum 2 Super Scoop Up, there's not really a way that's going to happen. I'll just get rid of Master Ball whilst you're doing that. Okay. Wait, you can't even do this, you elmed.
I'm dumb.
I just realised.
It's like keep it in place, it helps me remember.
Yeah, but you were the one who put it in the discard, right? So...
I'm dumb.
I'm sorry, I should have realised that earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't attach earlier, so that's fine.
Pass then.
Yep. Yeah, sorry, I should have caught that. I mean, Jesus hell, this is not gonna go anywhere fast either. Really need the other one here. Hey, TP3. I mean, I guess I'm gonna Crobat ping the Noctowl for what it's worth. And we're gonna draw 2, and I'm going to die next turn. You know what? I'm not even gonna give you the chance. This is going nowhere. Nothing I can do. 12 energy, by the way, in the total deck, and I've got 6 of them right here. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother because you just attach and then just
draw.
Flip the coin. Just put me out of the misery anyway. It doesn't matter because.
Well, what am I supposed to take with it?
Yeah, but still. Ah, my God. Fucking brick. I mean, what are you supposed to do? I just break. That's 2 bricks and 3 games with this in a deck that I have literally never bricked with until now. You know, and I've done quite a bit of testing with this too.
My spreads a bit from Master Balls. First Master Ball, whiff, basically, because can't use all these Evos. We'll take that and the rest back in. 7.
It's a fair reminder, this deck beat Gatr. You know, it's definitely not not the super weak on the stuff.
And then,
there you got it.
Clef on the second one.
Yeah. I imagine you would have still gone for the attack though, given the fact of Goldberry would have healed you off entirely. You might as well go for the donk. Yeah, oh well, let's retry that I guess then, and hope we don't.
But being left energy loss would have been a bit risky.
Nah. When the risk is you oh my God. Welp! This is also going to be a ridiculously quick game. What the fuck is happening here? Just... Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Heads or tails?
Tails. Nope. Yeah, GG. What am I supposed to do? Nothing I can do.
Yeah, we're drawing bricks.
I mean, welcome to the format, I guess, but like, yeah, no. There's...
Well, welcome to draft.
No, because we've basically got all. Wow, you've only got 3 of them, I guess, but we've basically got all of the consistency tools out of the era still. So this is just a thing with the format in general with Neo. That's it. Because the only good draw card is Elm, and if you don't have Cleffer, then you're completely fucked. This is just what happens in this era. It's not a draft problem.
Heads.
Oh, I clicked it, thank you very much. Yep. Ah, I see you're disrespecting the imperm column. Yep. Yeah, that's already GG as well, but sure, go for it.
I have energy drained here, so I'm all out of energy.
Yeah, but that's not gonna matter. Yeah, I mean, this is honestly, as Pell is saying at the moment, this is why Tyrogue was so good. Because this era was so bad in terms of drawing that Tyrogue legitimately could just win you games immediately.
Let's see what your hand's like.
Yeah, like I said, GG.
Get rid of the challenge here because
Yep.
Pokémon isn't going to help me at all. Right. Focus band pass. There's like. Okay.
Okay. Attach, actually get it on, attempt the nightmare. Which we don't get, alright.
Firing up the teleporter.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play the
Yeah.
rest of this. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
I've got an energy now, so I'm starting to. So I'm about, yeah, I was about to go.
1, 2. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna bother. Alright, yep, nope, that's a pretty good show of the format gem. Again, I did not break in any test game until today, and then apparently it's like, yeah, alright, you're just not gonna get to play with it.
All the masonry.
Sorry, dude. I know this is not exactly what you want to come back to, considering the time you've had out on the stuff. But I mean, there's not much I could do about it. The deck just bricked 3 times in a row. There's nothing I can say. Again, format is absolute ass if you don't start Cleffer, and that's pretty much it. We've seen this all week, so we know, right? But, I mean, we've tried 3 times, I'm not trying again.
Ignoring the clever problem, baby rule makes things very flippy.
It does, which is equally annoying, but yeah. But no, I think respectively, we've tried 3 times, I'm not trying again. Because I don't think it's worth it to try again at that point. Like I said, kind of unfortunate. It's not as if I don't have proper consistency in here as much as you can, because I have my 2 good manas, I have the 2 challenge, so we've got, like, you know, the initial sort of 8 outs to stuff that way. We've got the 4 Elm, and, you know, the 3 Cleffer is actually as many as Jason played in this deck, even if it isn't the correct one for the draw 2 instead of the shuffle draw. But that is actually how many he played in this, for some godforsaken reason. Do not understand why, but you know. He did that with a lot of decks, actually. The Gatr only plays 3.
With Gatr, you probably have enough Turbo Trainers, I kind of get it, but everything else?
It's pretty silly, but I mean, yeah, it is what it is. But, like, most of those hands would have been unbricked if I had Trader, right? So there is hope with the next format, and it isn't just use Bill, right?
Yeah, Trader's going to help a ton.
Yeah, the 3 of Cleffer was a big thing that had a lot of discussion in magazines at the time. Yeah, no. The logic for me is your excuse for not playing 4 Cleffer better be you don't have 4 Cleffer. Otherwise, there is no good excuse.
That sounds like good policy.
Overall, though, this deck was a lot of fun, and again, it beat Gatr. Like, come on. What do you want? I didn't even use... The one thing with me, maybe this is a me thing on this one, I don't think I have used Haunter's callback attack once. Like, I think I used it in testing a couple of times, but I'm pretty sure I have literally never used this attack. That's why I went up to the 2 Gengar, right? I see the idea, and the principle of it is super good. You call back, you evolve to Crobat, you KO the thing you call back. You keep on doing it. That is never how any of these games have played out for me. And probably the reason for that is because of only 2 Focus Band, but even beyond that, it's like, yeah, that has literally never happened for me as far as how I'm playing the deck. Whoa, what was that all about?
That was me. I was testing if the Dice Roller's print function read the 30s right or not. It
Ah. Oh, I see the cipher over here as well. That's fun. I did include the cipher into the into my Dark Muck version of the Bats deck as well, but like I was saying with Matt and stuff, it just never actually mattered because every turn it was just Gust one-shot the thing that had the energy attached, like literally 4 turns in a row with the deck, and it's just like you can't compete with that, right? Experience All would have helped if I could have fit them in, but like that's just not something you can compete with.
I'm not sure if anything can beat 4 Gust with a 4 Gust on a setup Gatr.
So it's like, well, you know, just did not work out. But that's kind of why I went to this one in the end, because I was like, okay, maybe I can just ignore the Gatr then. And then the couple of test games, I think I lost the first one to 1 prize remaining in the end because of just not being able to get enough Haunter out. That was before Nightly Garbage Run was in here, because that wasn't in the default list, and I was like, yeah, what do you do if all of your Haunter die? Right? So it's just like, yeah, with only 2 focus bands especially, that doesn't really work. I've got to try something else here. So, yeah, we put that in. Initially took out one of the Super Scoops because I was playing free, put the Double Gust in instead of that. Ended up liking the extra Super Scoop better because Super Scoop up heads on a Crobat is 30 extra damage, right? Devo Spray on a Crobat might, if you can keep the stuff around for it, it might net you an extra 20. But if you scoop up the Crobat, then you immediately could just do, okay, yeah, like 30 damage across the next like turn or 2. Or maybe immediately if you haven't gone fully evolved on other stuff yet. Right? Like, you've got 2 Golbat and a Zubat down, which seems like a reasonable board for me. Evolve 1 to Crobat, Super Scoop heads, take the other 2 back. You can evolve your other 2 Pokemon immediately at that point and get an extra set off. It's just like, it's such a big tempo swing. And I kind of did that. I did something similar to that in the game with Matt. Is like I ended up going Crobat Golbat on the Gatr and then Deep Sleep put at 80, so that the turn after I could just evolve my Zubat on the bench and do another 30 to knock it out. You know.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's the kind of thing I was wanting to play this deck for. Is the amount of, it's a bit more of a thinker's game that way, and you saw I did have to do quite a bit of thinking for it, but it's like I really like that aspect of it. Like, it's just a shame that it's just a shame it's so goddamn hard to draw and stuff in this one.
It's also a shit. The Golbat thing is so dumb as well.
It really is. If I could have this for longer than just this this set, basically. Oh, that needs done up again. Also, that's not 60 cards, is it? No, that's 53. There we go. There's the hand put in there as well. That's 58. Still 2 missing. There we go.
I'll get my other decks out that I've been brewing. I was trying to build the Machamp as well, but I still need to get Machokes from somewhere. I only have 2.
Oh, that's fair. I can't help you there. I pulled jack shit with Light Machamp. Like, literally none of it.
I just don't know what to partner with it either.
That's fair.
It feels bad to rely on just the Machamp, even though the Machoke's pretty good as well at killing babies. Like, there's synergy there, but
I don't know if there's a good psychic resist that we have left at the moment, huh?
like, I was looking at, say, other than Murkrow, but I'm not sure if the deck wants Murkrow.
No, Murkrow doesn't pair well at all with the light version, though, does it? Because it's like the complete opposite of what you'd want to be. Hello, I bricked 3 games in a row.
Far, though, this is work in progress.
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of couldn't do anything because I bricked 3 games in a row. Sad face.
Well, I bricked the first game, and I asked if he wanted to play against something I was cooking specifically for Gatr. And that one, as it should have.
Yeah, that's just what I have so far on the match. I need to get another Dark Machamp for this build as well, but that's
Oh, this one. Right, yeah, okay.
You need another Dark Machamp?
Yeah, I just thought out in LC trades. It shouldn't be hard to get. It's about to rotate, and it's not a good card, really. So I need that 2 match out for this build.
I thought you were meaning the light one. Yeah, I have 1 dark and no dark choke, so I have 0 attachment to that.
Yeah.
This is an old one, but
I think it could work this format. The Machoke's great at killing babies, we know that already. Give it a dark and it drags them off. But even the Machamp has an okay matchup against the stuff in this era. Mega Punch kills a baby if it wins the flip. While everything set up, it gets flung. Like if everyone's putting free energy on stage 2 as their normal thing, fling starts looking really good.
I guess you've just got to get it done.
Stuff too.
Yeah, I guess you've just got to get that done before they get their energy to KO you, really, isn't it?
This would be the perfect partner, let's be honest here. But you know...
Would it, though? I don't think it would, to be honest.
Sneasel is busted enough that if it were allowed, it's the perfect partner for everything.
I mean... yeah? Like... it's just it's not perfect for Gatr, but you know it's
that's true.
Gatr don't need no partner. He's perfectly good on his own.
Matchup works in a base Neo situation because you'd rather have a Sir engine, I think, as a way of getting rid of setup.
Oh, you are never getting 4 energy on this thing in a base Neo format. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at the other Dark Matchup deck, and saying that. But I think in Neo it had a chance. And if it does, and it doesn't die immediately, it gets its... It's just annoying. The other part, like, you know, it lays off. And that's where the stun part of the deck comes in. Makes it hard for them to set up again. And then just beat up their broken board until I win.
Yeah.
At least that's the idea.
I could see that. Matt, do you want to bring your deck down as well, so see what we were dealing with out of this one, just to have everyone's stuff available.
Yep.
So which one did you bring? Does the main one today, Pam? It was the Fortress thing, right?
Yeah, my main one was the Fortress. It's probably my best deck in pure power, even if it's a bit straightforward.
Yeah, because again, sadly, we literally didn't get to see this play because I couldn't get anything going 3 games in a row. I was like, once we've tried 3 times and I still just couldn't do anything, it's like, well, there's not much point trying again, you know. It's a shame because I've seen this one in action a little bit during midweek stuff, and it was actually really cool. But yeah,
this deck just works. It's not the kind of deck that's big or flashy, but it just works. It's consistent enough. The types synergize well. It's very annoying to get rid of a Fortress with metal on it.
I'm assuming the Magby was specifically an anti-me thing, considering that it's like terrible in this deck otherwise.
Well, my thinking of the Magby is I wanted babies to pass to, and this basically annoying like stuff like the Gengar's annoying, but doesn't really help there because it's a baby. I guess it was just a catch-all for enemy powers, because I can live without spikes a lot of the time, but my opponent might not be able to live without their power. In hindsight, maybe it should be an Elekid.
Yeah, Elekid is...
Elekid would have been great then.
Yeah, I often forget about Elekid, I'll be honest.
Yeah, Matt can attest to Elekid. He played it in his Gatr deck last week, and it was actually okay. Like, legitimately, when I was testing the stuff a bit, like, last night, trying to see if my... other bad decks could do anything. That Elekid was really annoying. Like, it was just flip heads on it, and it doesn't kill the baby outright, but it just immediately pressures any attack on it next turn to knock it out. It's,
and with spikes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that should be an Elekid. This should be an Elekid. Yeah.
I could see multiple Elekid in this.
Oh yeah, you could have a second. Yeah.
Assuming you have them, they are rare.
Sneak attack.
Might know a guy who might have a couple spare.
I actually have 2 Elekids, so...
There you go.
So, compared to...
Minus Magby, minus Sneak, 2 Elekids without any issue whatsoever.
Alright, so let's see if I can remember this up. You've gotten the 4th secret mission, that was pretty cool. 2 Energy Stadium experience, and you were down 1 Warp Point compared to last week, but still had the couple. It's quite nice.
Yep. Dropped a Croconaw.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see the other Croc here, so it's like cut one of those. Yeah, Suicune is we mentioned it last time. This was my most expected tech from last week. Is going okay if Parasect is going to be a big thing. This just like dumps on it. It's also good against the Gengar in general though. Like we didn't really get to see the interaction go with it that way, but that's just because I pinged it early, right? But you can't pull this out from the bench. And if you try to, then I believe the active does not go asleep. So you've got a bit of a roll shot moment on that. But because the crystal body prevents the forced switch part, the sleep target was Suicune, not the current active. So it doesn't actually put them to sleep. So it would just do 30 damage.
The whole attack whiffed, but I'd have to ask DNA about that.
We did ask DNA about this.
Ah, okay.
Because I was wondering if you targeted the Suicune, would it put the active to sleep or not? And no, it doesn't. Because I had some confusion.
Alright, here we go. If you use pull on the Suicune, is not moved to the active spot either. No damage is dealt, and nothing falls asleep.
Yeah, the entire attack falls apart if you try and target Suicune. So it's like a bit of a Rorschach-ish sort of moment, maybe, but it makes sense because it's unaffected by anything that isn't damaged. So if it's going to be the target and it's unaffected by the thing, then you can't really do anything with it. So
I just call a very weird anti-fat Parasect tech in this. Looking at its rage Totodile. Aerodactyl.
Yeah, I thought about it. I think Recall's better.
Yeah, the problem...
Probably is just because of the space, but...
I don't think it's space, to be honest. Aerodactyl's bad because we don't have Mysterious Fossil.
Well, yeah, that too.
You have to...
More worried about
does rotate, so...
It gets one shot by grass, it's
Yep.
2 retreat cost, it's squishy.
Yeah, you can't double gust with Arrow in play, basically. And that's like the entire reason this deck is so brutal, is because you can double gust to a baby, just have that one big Gatr, just go Gatr, one baby, double gust so the baby comes in, 0 retreat out, and just like blitz. That's why this thing is so dangerous. If you can't double gust with this, it's still strong, but the opponent gets to choose what you hit, so they can potentially build up something on the bench. The constant tirade of double gust with the trash exchange available to like try and recycle them makes it so that they can't get anything set once you get one going. That's what makes this so dangerous.
Okay, makes sense.
Did DNA explain more or like cite the ruling? Because I don't see how that could be the correct ruling for Gengar on Crystal Body. I agree that it doesn't pull in the Suicune. I agree it doesn't somehow put it to sleep on the bench. But I don't see anything in the text that says it doesn't deal 30 or put the active Pokemon asleep.
Okay, let me go back to the Gengar real quick. So, if your opponent has any bench Pokemon, you may choose one of them, switch it with the defending Pokemon before doing damage or other effects of this attack. Either way, the defending Pokemon is now asleep.
I would check for a translation weirdness before continuing, because this is the kind of thing that could easily be mistranslated.
Yeah, I could see that, but at the same time, that seems fairly clear cut. Yeah. This isn't one of those weird, like, Quicken type things, or, you know. Okay, so the logic he used, right, was that Suicune being effectively the target for the attack at that point, since it prevented it from being switched in, the rest of the attack was being targeted at the Suicune, and it can't do that anymore because it's not the active Pokemon. But that sounds like some Yu-Gi-Oh bullshit to me, I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like...
It doesn't say it does damage to Suicune, it just assumes the defending Pokemon is taking the damage. If that makes sense.
Yeah. As far as I can tell, the targeting, or in the actual text, choosing, only applies to the choose and switch. Especially because it says before damage or other effects. So I read it like, do the switch, you're done. It fails, obviously, because Suicune. Then do the rest of the effect.
So before damage and other effects, I guess that's just to stop it from, say, doing a whirlwind-based move instead, where it's like 30, then switch, then put the new thing to sleep.
Normally down for effects.
God, I'm just realizing, would that actually be better or worse if it did that? It'd be worse in some ways, right? Because you wouldn't be able to just KO a baby, but then it'd be like, you do 30, you force them to switch rapid spin style, and then put the new thing to sleep and flip 2 over that. That would be evil.
Yeah.
I just checked the Wizard's ruling. It manages to be neither of our interpretations.
Oh my god, are we serious here? Okay,
Yeah,
right,
Wizard's
let me
ruling is
take a
you can't
guess.
even try to target the Suicune.
Oh, just because it's straight up immune?
Yeah, it just
Stupid.
says...
You know what? That actually, like, I hate that I'm even saying this, I actually feel like that makes more sense. But at the same
I'll
time,
post it in the Discord.
yeah, I don't know.
If that's how they ruled it back in the day, in the current reading of the rule, which is the same, like we still use prevent all effects of attack done to this Pokemon. That wouldn't work that way. You could still choose it, just wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
But if that was how they consistently ruled it back then sure.
Like I've dug up all the old Master Rules document from right before Wizards lost the game, basically. So I have all their official rulings, basically.
Before Wizard scooped.
They got Victory Dragoned out. Yeah, so this deck is still really cool though. Like, I know we were saying, oh, it's Gatr again and stuff, but honestly, Gatr as a concept to me is still a really cool deck. Right, just the fact of it's almost going self-destructive, which is like a way you don't see decks played at this sort of time, and really not that often outside of certain shaman-based decks we will not talk about. Yeah, it's like you don't normally see it, but it's such a neat thing, because just like the Crobat, you can modulate the damage that you do, depending on how you like play things out. You can discard, like, say, only 2 water energy if you don't need to hit as high as you would have to otherwise. Save some resources for next round. It's just a really cool idea, and you know, even if it is
so
just
broken.
yeah, it's like, even if it is just a little bit too overtuned, like 120 HP is kind of insane. Doing this for 3 energy is kind of silly when you consider all the other bigger damage stuff like this is like 60 for 4 most of the time, right? It's maybe slightly overtuned, but the idea of it is really cool, and I am at least glad to see it being played, even if it is sometimes like, oh, it's just a big bad Dragon and Father, because it is still beatable. We saw that today.
I'd like it if something like this came back with Trash Exchange as an EX in Gen 3. That would be cool, I think.
You know the funny thing with this, actually, like, Trash Exchange hasn't always even been necessary for me when I've been testing the stuff with this. It's obviously super good. Sometimes you do want to use it eventually, but I've often been able to just keep enough resources in hand where I can go like turn after turn after turn, just do like 70 to 90, just using like Misty's Wrath or maybe an Elm or something instead. And it's been kind of insane. Like, you don't always need it. Of course, if 4 Trash Exchange get put in the discard by your by one of them, then you're probably going to have a hard time later on. But you don't always need it, and that's the crazy thing.
If Gatr survives rotation, because Trash Exchange is the main thing, and Misty's Wrath are the things it loses.
Yeah, Gatr does survive rotation. It's Neo on, so but you lose Wrath, you lose Trash Exchange, and Parasect does not work as a play with it, as Jason noted in his blog stuff, because it is still up there. It was a deck that he had up there. Is like, you need a new way to not to like keep the water energy in the discard. Parasect does that for you. And then at the bottom of that one is like, edit. Actually, this doesn't work because there's a Rata on the for Alligator. It's like, why'd you keep it up then? Yeah.
Historical, I guess. He technically has a list of the Slow King deck, so
I guess, but still, no. But I really do like the idea of this. I do think the deck is cool. I've already had my fill of it from playing base Neo, but you know. Also, I only have 2 of the actual Gatr, so I've kind of got to play of stuff that way. But no, this idea is neat. And I mean, one thing I have been glad personally, I've been able to field a lot of different stuff. I've been very lucky that way. But man, oh man, this Crobat deck was as fun as I thought it was going to be, and I am very, very happy we got to rep that as well. I was saying before though, I don't think I have used callback like once in this deck. I've used it a couple of times in testing, but I am pretty sure I have just never done it, which is why I went with a 2 Gengar instead of the 1 like was in the original list. Because I was like, I'm using Gengar more than I'm using anything else of it here, so just play more Gengar, right? You know? It just seemed to make sense, and it's funny, because the whole mode of this is supposed to be, put a baby Pokemon back in, put 1 damage counter on it, dump it with Crobat next turn, and rinse and repeat, right? And I just don't think I've ever done that. Maybe it's because I only have the 3 Crobat, maybe it's because I only have 2 Focus Band, I don't know. Like, it's harder to keep the Haunter preserved, who knows? But it isn't the way that I've played the deck, it hasn't had to be, so... Gengar's just good, and augmenting the damage, I guess, and even sniping some of the babies away from it is just good. I think that's all that there is to say with it.
DNA responded to the Suicune ruling, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Apparently it's gen dependent. I have to tell the translation or not, but in all the rulings with attacks like that, it just can't be targeted. In DP, it could be targeted, but nothing would happen.
Okay, so I guess it's historical versus like up-to-date interpretation of stuff.
Yeah, I was questioning if that's all the ruling as in we badly translated it, or all the ruling as if Japan actually changed its ruling as well. Because we've all had our fair share of wizards messing up.
Have we ever? So what else were you wanting to consider this week then, Matt? Since I know there were a couple of other trades floating around, what else were you thinking of?
I had my eye on Dark Gengar, just like the Noctowl version he had on there. That looks pretty cool. Which I guess I could do. I only have 2 Gengar, but that's, I don't know, it might work.
Same with me. That was kind of what I was looking at as well. So I'm actually going to put this below your deck here because I think I've got to flip it round because it's just the way we go. I was actually considering testing this one. I didn't end up playing it against anyone because in the end I was like, I had enough of the Noctowl with the Feraligatr version I was going with. We didn't need to test this one as well, I didn't think. So this was going to be my take on it. I didn't really get a lot of time to delineate it from what Jason had, because I think there's a couple of things we could optimize in it for what we have. But this was my this was going to be my version of it. I did actually pull the Misdreavus last round as well, so would have been great because I love this card. I actually have this one IRL too. It's really pretty.
I pulled 4 of it, so
yes,
trade one.
Yes, you did. But yeah, so this was going to be my idea for that, but I was like, no, I mean, I really needed to play Crobat either this week or next week, and next week I want to keep saved just in case some of the old stuff coming back is here, because we've got Venusaur coming back with Dark Blastoise, kind of whatever, it's already still there, but Venusaur's a pretty cool one that's coming back. There's not Electrode, unfortunately, but I guess Machamp could be kind of
Alakazam's
neat.
a cool one.
Alakazam's coming back, and that's the last.
Duck returns.
Yep, that's the last chance you'd get to play that. Not sure if there's any game against Gatr with that deck, but you know, I'm sure there's a way that you could finagle it.
Step 1, 4 Focus Band.
Well, I've already failed step 1 then.
Step 2, Cry in a Corner.
But yeah, I guess we can quickly pull it out. One of the things that is going to be interesting with this one is we are going to have to go back through and pull the old cards back out that are actually legit for this. I'm going to be doing a video on that, I think, again. I've already done one, I think, but I might be doing something on that, seeing just what I have available for it. But yeah, there's some really good stuff coming in that will hopefully solve some of the breaking issues. Number 1 Pokemon Trader Oh my god, this card coming back is like saving a ton of decks here. Ironically, I don't think it does much to Gatr because you don't really need it there, but I think it does, like, it helps out a ton of decks to get to Clefairy quickly, right? Anything with good manas can use it to get evolution stuff. Anything with Boss's Way could use it to get the basics out. That's obviously super huge. Breeder is also a pretty good one coming back as well. You could, I guess you could tap one of those in Gatr. Probably wouldn't be the worst, right? Going straight to it. Might help sometimes if you.
The other thing with Trader is it helps enable mail with Bill, less clunk.
Yep. Scoop Up is pretty big. Like, it would be very, very good for my Entei deck, actually. Who cares about flipping a coin for it at that point? I just scoop the Entei back up. You know, it's really good. Obviously, Bill is pretty huge as well. Like, just getting a straight draw 2 is really helpful. Maybe that cuts the teleporters out of the deck because you can just draw 2 rather than flip to, you know, not draw any if you get unlucky. And then, yeah, there's some other, like, cool Pokemon. Like, Dark Dragonair surviving rotation because of this might help in the E-Series because there are a lot of evolutions there and the basics are terrible. Like, in comparison, you know, take a look at Expedition Mewtwo and try and tell me that's, like, even remotely playable. It's just not. It's like 2 Psychic and a Colorless for its Psychic to do 20 plus 10 for the energy that's on the target, right? It's just garbage. And that's
I think they got traumatized by Haymaker.
Aye, and ironically, that is one of the better ones out of that there. This set also reprints the Moltres, so like my Typhlosion stuff could potentially go that way if I want to go down that route. I don't think I do, but it's possible. Long Distance Hypnosis gets reprinted in here. Why? But, you know, it's there, I guess.
You go with the reprinted Snorlax, clearly.
Long Distance Hypnosis with your Dark Gengar and Snorlax inactive.
Don't give me ideas. But yeah, there is that. Speaking of Gengar, the original one does come back in here as well, which is potentially good. There's some ways that I could probably work out. Dodrio is really good, right?
Yeah, Dodrio is solid. Like, it enables the cipher that we've been looking at, I think, as far as I'm concerned, but I know we've had disagreements on that.
I mean, I don't think it's necessary, but I do think it helps. If it makes you feel any better off of it, Cypher Dodrio was one of the decks I built in GB2 because that Slashing Strike Cypher was available in that game. So if it makes you feel any better, I did play it there. But yeah, like there's quite a few cool things that are coming back in here, but all the copies of the stuff we already have, you might want to convert them to the new ones just because of the updated text on the special condition part for the Pokemon powers and whatnot. But all of the stuff like that way is pretty neat. Like there's a lot that comes back, but not like breaks everything, you know.
Ninetales might make a Typhlosion deck if you have that and not the Arcanines.
I may consider it. Light Ninetales is not bad as well.
If you have like a ton of recycle energy somehow, which no one does.
Charizard might
I have 2.
Charizard might be better to set after this, but we'll go into that at a later point. But yeah, there's some cool stuff in here, and hopefully this will be the time where we get enough of the Trader Breeder stuff that we can like pass any extras around, you know, for trade stuff. But yeah, I think that's about it as far as this bit goes. Any thoughts on the way this format went?
Got nothing.
I hate how flippy Teleporter is.
Yep.
I hate how flippy the format is in general.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a little bit before the baby stuff goes away, but luckily, I don't think we need to rely on it quite as much like in the E-Series. We'll still use them, obviously, but because why would you not? But I don't think we'll need to rely on them quite as much when supporters come in and
yeah,
I
can see the draw 2 Clefairy getting dropped very quickly.
Yeah. There is actually one question I would like to pose before we get there. Like, maybe I should do it next week, but I think it's good to do it now. What would you guys think about including theme decks from the E-Series moving on? as like a... Maybe it would be like a choose one or something that way, rather than getting one from each. But I've been looking at them. I don't think there's anything ridiculously game-breaking in them, but what there are tends to be like 1 or 2 copies of like key supporters that would be pretty helpful, considering especially that in from Eevee series to the end of Gen 3, you only get 2 uncommons per pack, and all of the good draw and search like supporter stuff is in that slot.
And the E-card in particular has huge packs.
Yeah, the sets aren't getting any smaller, and if you only get 2 uncommons per thing, I'm sort of getting that little bit of deja vu with the Cleffa type thing, in a way. It's like, there's gonna be somebody who just gets no, say, Birch in Ruby Sapphire base, as an example. And if we give access to, like, even if it's just 1 of the 2 per set, if we give access to a theme deck, like, each round, eventually we will pick up enough of the consistency stuff off it. I don't think we need it for this next one, because this is just reprinting what stuff we've had. But we're only this one set away from getting to those packs, and I'm just curious on opinions of that before we go. We could use the E-Series as a test if you want, just to see, but I'm just curious as to what people would think about that.
I'm having a look through the E-Series the decks now.
Yeah, I will construct the theme decks and stuff if we need to, just so we can show what's...
they're not in the API yet. So.
Yeah. No, that's fine. It's like I will make objects of them, like we've gotten, like I was doing with the promos and stuff before. I will make objects of them to show off the next week if you want, so we can have like an actual show of, okay, this is what's there. This is why it's not like going to break anything, because most of the cards in there aren't very good. But the ones which are like very, very helpful to have extra copies of, just so that people don't get like 2 Elms again, you know.
I'm looking through the list now, and the first set actually has the Alakazam. The other one on the Psylink one is actually in the first deck, one of the first available decks. For the with a full 4/2/2 line.
Oh yeah, I think I know the one you mean. That's the one that's got Synchronize as its attack, right?
Synchro Blast.
Yeah, Synchro Blast. Same idea. It's the same thing of it does less if you don't have the same energy attached. Like, number, right? 80 if you match, 20 if you don't.
Yeah, it has the Sign Mimic as well.
Yeah, but I mean, it's something to think about. I just wanted to put the question out on it now so that we don't just like end up... I want to ask it before end of next week, and I figured this was the best place to do that. I'll post it in the actual Discord as well, but...
Yeah, I posted links to the first 2 decks for reference.
Yeah. So...
Yeah.
Food for thought, because I think it might help, again, in terms of consistency stuff. And for the most part, a lot of the decks don't generally have like the strongest cards out of the set anyway, so it's not as if we're going to be pulling meta decks out of them or whatnot, you know? It would just help to say, again, like, if we had them in this era, everybody would have had 4 Elm by the end of the first week, right? So, would have maybe helped out a little, but...
Yeah, because looking at the other one, it has 2 Copycat, 2 Bills Maintenance, and that is huge.
Yeah, that's really helpful. So, like I said, food for thought. Put it out there at the end of this. So, yeah. If nobody else has got anything to say about this format, I guess we'll just wrap the stuff up here. So, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed yourselves. I don't know if we're gonna have any like polls or anything going on here for this set now.
I'm willing to do it.
If you want to do it, then we'll go ahead with that. I need to do a separate like video thing for mine.
Recording if it's already on stream or something.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Until next week, I guess, when we get Pokemon Trader back.
All right. GG's.
GG's again, dude. That was a really good set with the with our match at the very least. Absolutely crazy set, that one.